All right, we're live again. We're gonna have to wait like everybody else does for people to join us and find us.
Unbelievable.
And if I'm not mistaken, I seen that it said Sony.
Sony?
Sony released a copyright claim.
Well, and now they're going to mess with the internet.
All right,
There we
Randy.
go. We're back on. How
Okay,
many we got on? Randy
Randy
Feekins.
Feekins.
Guys, you come on. Put your put your name up there or do something.
All right,
Randy's the only one.
we got two, and then anonymous. Let me grab that. All right, good deal. Everybody's coming back. It's amazing,
All
ain't it?
changes were removed from your video if you want to learn more. And the rights owner released their claim on your video. That quick, people. That fucking quick. They zapped us, and before we could come back on, they released a claim on the song. Every week. Every week.
Let's see. Where did it go?
Every week, we get that we're not allowed to do that, this, that, and the other copyright infringement. And within 3 minutes, boom, it's released. You're okay. A lot of times they knock us off.
Yeah, so what we see is just the people who are watching going down zero, but we received this as we were coming back on. So we were live for 6 minutes. They killed us, and then that came up.
Yeah. Yeah, we got booted again, Dean. We're some bad boys. How dare we tell the truth about shit?
We were just talking about them too. Last week they must have had a new guy.
Yeah, they let it go, but they messed with the connections last week. They did off the show.
I know they did.
So, anyways,
Tammy,
if you're on, put a dot.
That she's a girl.
Guys and girls, I'm sorry. Or people. How's that? Use people, because I'm not really allowed to specify.
Right. People.
You know.
Birthing parents.
So, if you're on, put a dot. Let us know you're on. Even if you're on YouTube, put a dot. If you're afraid to put something in that comment section because you get booted, like half our people have been booted.
Just so you know, now we were running right around 10 to 12, and now we're at 16, now 15.
Yeah, so it'll get more than that. So, all right, we got a lot of shit to go over.
So, anyhow, you went to Kid Rock's concert?
Yes, sir.
Go Kid Rock for president?
Oh, yeah. Hell of a concert. I tell you what, I've always been a Kid Rock fan, though. You know, I've always been a Kid Rock fan, and I tell you what, his show was good, real good. Even when former President Trump, come on, give an announcement.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
8-speed tranny. See you later, Cal. He said that key word. So, but it was a real good concert. Tell you what, there was a lot of shirts there about our president of the United States, Doug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a big comical. I mean, I want to know. We're talking about this. I want to know who actually may have supported him and voted for him, because there sure wasn't nobody, you know, with that concept. Right here's one of the shirts.
That is amazing. I did see that on. I did see that. Did you have that on your Facebook? Good deal.
There was all kinds of them shirts running around. My son says, "Are we going back on?" I'm now, Aaron.
We're on.
So, well, I just messed him back. So, I was like, say, like, if he goes on tour again and you guys get a chance, or if he's around and you get a chance, you won't be disappointed. Great concert. So, thanks, Mark, for driving us. I may or may not have been a little bit inebriated at the end of the night, Doug.
No.
It was a long Saturday. Yes, they opened for him.
That's amazing.
That was pretty good. If you watch any, if you, they probably the only one had the balls to open for him as political as he is, But
Right. Okay, Aaron made
it
it.
was packed. It was packed. I mean, it was packed, jam packed. You watch any of my lives, I was getting a little drunk, so but you can see Foreigner. There's a lot of areas open and stuff, and then when it comes to Kid Rock, man, the whole deal, everything was packed. So we got a lot to cover tonight, Doug. You got a whole bunch.
Do we? Do we?
I believe so.
Well, let's first talk about that dipshit that went to Taiwan. And I have to say this in her defense, not her defense, but she's free to go wherever she wants to go.
She's free to go wherever the hell she wants to go, but in a situation like that, you've put the whole world in a bad situation, and I get it. The Chinese president said, "Don't send her over." I believe if he'd have sent somebody else, it'd have been a little different. They can't stand Pelosi, and made it clear, Chinese.
Neither can we.
Neither can we. We understand. But now they're doing,
so we have something in common.
They're doing these exercises now that, getting pretty close to the island. They got the island surrounded, and what are we doing, Doug?
What are we doing?
No shit, Bob. Been okay. The country probably been at war, but it's too bad it just couldn't have took her out on the jet, not the whole jet, But
right.
What are we doing? We're really not doing anything, Doug.
No, we're not.
As always, we're not doing anything. They're firing missiles over the island. They brought more stuff in to do, more exercises.
They're firing missiles over what island?
They fired a couple over to Taiwan.
What do we care? It's their area. They claim it's their area.
Well, no, that ain't right, dude. That ain't right. This should have been handled a whole separate way.
If we fired a missile from Ohio to Florida, does Japan really care what we did?
What if we fired a missile over Cuba?
What if we fired a missile over to Hawaii?
And it went a route over some other island, we'd be the shitheads of the country. You can't start firing missiles up in the air and exercises over Taiwan that is declaring their independence, and Chinese wants total rule. You can't do that. This would have never happened if she didn't go. So now, we got a Russian president. All this in 1 week. Putin makes a comment. Nobody would win in a nuclear war. Nobody. They're landing in Japanese waters, and that ain't theirs. You're right. So now we nobody's afraid of us. So Rocket Man jumps up. Rocket Man goes and starts sending 100,000 troops to Russia for the Ukrainian war. So now the question is this: is North Korea part of the UN?
North Korea.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know. I should have researched that before I come on. I figured you'd know that. Somebody's got to know. That's the question today. Is North Korea part of the UN? Doug's going to find out for us.
I am looking it up.
Kevin must be bored in that shop.
He's eating his popcorn, watching the C&D Noble show because he wants to know. There's some things we're going to talk about. He wants to know about.
He comes on after we get kicked off after restart.
Right. Yes,
North
they
Korea
are
is volunteering 100 troops.
They are a part of the UN since 1991.
I was pretty sure they were, but I didn't want to say yes and look real stupid. So, North Korea is a member of the United Nations. Now, how are we supposed to take that a member of the United Nations is now sending troops to actually engage in war? Wasn't that the whole thing that Putin was saying? The United Nations, we can't get involved. Wasn't the United States and all? We can't get involved because Ukraine is not in the United Nations. Can't do anything. So now another country that's the United Nations involvement is sending 100,000 troops to quote unquote go fight Ukraine and help Russia win. When do we draw the line on that? When do we say, hold on a minute? As a country of a member of the United Nations, we can't get involved or it's a declaration on war to Russia. Isn't that how it reads? The minute we get involved with troops or anything, it's declaration of war against Russia, correct? Because Ukraine's not a United Nations country.
Yes.
What's the difference if another United Nations country is sending troops to Russia to fight this war? Where's the line drawn? Are we allowed to go in then?
Well, I'm sure that something's going to happen at the UN. Some big old meeting's going to happen.
And that's it. They're going to meet next week
and say, we exile you.
We got to give another meeting about this. Meanwhile, the Gook sends 100,000 troops over.
Glad you all like popcorn.
So, none of this shit would happen if Trump was in.
You think so?
We're allowed to do that, Aaron. We're allowed to do that. We're not allowed to have. We're allowed to send ammo. We're doing everything, believe it or not, within the United Nations rules of engagement. We're doing everything how the countries are within the rules, but pushing it. Trust me, we're really pushing it, but we're within the rules. We cannot engage on Ukraine's side or send troops into that country to help fight, or it's a declaration of war on Russia because they're a United Nations country and Ukraine isn't. That's pretty much a little bit of what this whole thing's over anyways. Ukraine wanted in the UN. So, I mean, and now, and then Taiwan's been under different rule than what the United States had for a while, and then they turned it over. It's under Chinese rule, but they want Declaration of Independence. That's what it's all about. They want to be a Declaration of Independence type, be their own country without anybody's rule. That's what it comes down to. China's pissed. They don't want, our rule because, you're still on, Randy.
Yeah, you're here, Randy.
You get a notice. You won't be allowed to comment.
Right. You'll get all kinds of notices.
Yeah, but the world's fucked up right now, and we're involved in all of it, and not doing a fucking thing. Not doing one thing. Sitting in Washington. Don't do this, please.
Yeah, COVID.
Well, no, it don't make sense. None of it makes sense. And with Korea being a UN country, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. But they're going to do whatever they want because our president's got COVID again.
No, he's over it now.
Is he over it already? Will he get it for a third time in 5 weeks? It's the question of the day.
Right.
Has he even been on?
He is. I think he got released from his quarantine yesterday or day before.
Have we seen any interviews with him?
What do you call an interview?
Well, have we seen him on TV?
Once, yes.
Okay.
His
But
body double.
regardless, keep. Huh?
His body double.
Doug,
I'm here.
you froze up for a minute. His body double. Okay. So, and I will say, Tammy brought it up the other day. I don't want to hear maneuvers and this, that, and the other, but sure was a lot of fighter jets flying around, C-130s and Chinooks
Where?
flying around the area here the other
In Sandusky?
around this whole area. Yeah, well, not just in Sandusky. I mean, the northern Ohio. How's that?
Okay. Doing what?
Yeah, how do I know? I didn't call the general up. Hey, this is the third time I see a Chinook flag over, and I just I'm Chris Miles from C&D, no bullshit. I'd like to know what's going on here. I got a report to do on Sunday, How would that go over?
Yeah, you might get the answer.
Anybody from this area know who Matt Westerhold is, Sandusky Register?
I know of him.
You know him. Any of the other guys from this area know who Matt Westerhold is? He's the main guy in charge of Sandusky Register.
Is he the editor?
Editor in chief or whatever the fuck they call it.
Okay.
We'll have a lot to say about him here this week on a special edition. The slander campaign, it's all it is, a slander campaign against DJ Swearingen. The DJ and a couple partners bought a building, the rent went up, and boom. They were in a negotiation with the woman. Instead of her talking to him, she went to the paper. And, of course, Westerhold is against Swearingen. And there's a long article come out about what an asshole DJ was. And
didn't actually say that.
No, but in roundabout terms, slumlord. And we're going to have him on this week. I don't know which day. We'll put it out there. Yeah. Go ahead, Doug.
Well, I was going to encourage everybody to go to the Register and read it, because if what the Register says is correct, I kind of disagree with it.
Yeah, but it's not.
But correct. You've heard another side of it, which I haven't.
Yeah, I've talked to DJ, and that it's not correct what they put up. It's a campaign smear, and he'll come on this week, and it wasn't. It was the other day. It wasn't during a race day. He'll come on this week, and we'll have him on to explain himself. So there you go. So that's coming on this week.
The whole article was that these three guys bought this property and they're going to raise the rent. Is the whole story. The lady claims it's $500 increase.
But there was, we'll let DJ tell us all. Well,
because we're just going to argue about it.
Well, no, it ain't going to hurt. Yeah. We'll let him tell his side and how Westerhold's tried to smear him as it was all the time, every time. And we know this, Doug, because we put an editorial, an opinion in the opinion page. Remember when we put the opinion page? And it went 3 weeks.
Right.
Until we started calling, and finally we got somebody, and the next day it was up, but
right,
it was a little late then. So that'll be coming up this week. We'll keep up with that. Watch our page.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and go to the Register and read it.
Yeah, go to Snussy Register and read it. I can't remember the name of the top of it.
I can't either, but just Google it. You'll find it. If I find it again, I will. I'll send it out.
I don't agree with everything that every politician does. Like I said before, I'm not going to agree with everything they do, but if I feel it's in the best, they have what I think is in the best interest of us, I'm okay with it.
Who is us? Who is us?
What?
Who is us?
The people.
Okay, we're not talking specifically about what's going on.
No, I'm talking in general with a politician. Doesn't matter if it's Swearingen or Jordan or whoever. Jordan, we jumped straight up and down on the deal he had on Twitter against him.
Right.
I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. But
all right. Okay.
Regardless. All right, let's go on to your schools.
So my what?
The schools. Tammy, make sure you go take Xanax right now.
Not yet. We'll get there. The first thing we want to talk about is the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. Do you know what's in that? And it did get passed by the House.
Congress.
It was tied, and Kuntala went in and she passed it.
The Ho passed it.
The Ho passed it. Yes.
Broke grid line. Explain what's in the Inflation Reduction Act.
Well, and I can give you the whole 700 pages of it.
No, give us
you want me to read it?
Version. No, watered down version.
Well, first of all, the first thing in there is 80. Let me find it again. $80 billion going to the IRS to double its size so that they can hire more people so they can do more audits. And what they're focusing on, listen up, what they're focusing on is businesses, small businesses, and middle class. That's who they are going to target.
Yeah, but we weren't going to have any new taxes. We weren't going to have a kind of.
There's no new taxes. No new taxes.
I know, but they're going to hit us hard now on audits, and
Correct. So if you were getting away with it, you're not now because they're going to. Now the other thing that
it has to pass Senate. Yes, Ed. It has to go through the Senate, but it went through Congress.
Yes. So the other thing that got ripped out of it by the Republicans is the cap on insulin, which was going to be $35, which would help hundreds of thousands of people.
And who took it out?
The Republicans.
Why?
Asked them. I don't know. They wiped that out of it. Said no to that. So now what is in there is Medicare can go and they can barter for lower prices, which will help some. But for a person like you who pays for it, you're going to pay the going rate because they took that cap out of there.
The same thing that 2 years ago they were crying that they were trying to get lowered. Correct? Remember,
yes.
3 years?
Yes.
And now they took the cap out.
Right.
So everybody in insulin's going to pay out the fucking ass.
Yes. Now you're getting it.
So it don't matter really if you're Republican or Democrat up there. They're all fucking crooks. They can give two shits less.
And we've always said that if, we're not playing both sides, but, if the Republicans do something shitty.
Well, she can break the tie in the House.
Wait, it was 50-50.
Then it's the Senate. She broke the tie in the Senate, Greg's
right.
It's passed through the Senate then. It's law. You're right,
All
Greg.
right.
What was I thinking?
All right.
Greg's right.
Gonna.
She decides it up in the Senate, not the House.
It's an inflation bill, not.
So
Yeah.
it's law now. 50-50 Senate. She passed it. It's law.
Okay. Just put in the.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. We're fucked.
I just
So
put
you got a bunch of Republicans now.
Go ahead.
It's in the comments. You got a bunch of fucking Republicans now that were crying they're on our side, and then remember 4 years ago, medication's too high. We got to stop this. Crying about it. They had a chance to okay that part of it.
Okay. So this is going backwards. We always think that things start in the House, go to the Senate.
Yeah, whatever. We're fucked up. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The House has to approve the Senate changes.
Okay. So there's
Why
also.
Why would they go against that though? Is the question. Why?
What?
On a cap of $35 for insulin, go against that? How many of the countries on insulin?
Right. Of all things, you would make a lot of friends by doing that. But it also puts a 15% corporate minimum tax. So if you're a corporation, your minimum tax is going to be 15%. They've taken $288 billion for prescription drug pricing reform. It's going to cost that much for a couple people to sit down and take care of this for us. $124 billion for IRS tax enforcement. It's going to explode in size.
Yeah, it's going to triple in size.
Yeah, you're gonna. If you've never been audited,
going to feel. Yeah, the middle class is going to feel the heat.
Yes.
So remember that infrastructure bill and everything. The middle class wouldn't pay for it. Remember that, Doug?
Yeah.
We're going to pay for it through audits and everything else. You watch. We'll pay dearly. So, what else in it? Doug.
Yeah, I'm reading it because all this is just happening over the last couple of days. So,
yeah, I can tell you it's gonna go off the chart, Marty. EpiPens cost $600 fucking dollars. Narcan's free.
Yeah.
So if you're allergic to bees, your little kid's allergic to bees and stuff like that, and get stung, it's $600 fucking dollars. Shoot that EpiPen off. But if you want to OD on heroin or anything like that in the streets, we'll give you the Narcan free. Make a lot of fucking sense to anybody?
They've given $369 billion to energy, security, and climate change, and $64 billion to Affordable Care Act extension.
How the fuck is this helping inflation?
There you go.
What part of anything we just fucking talked about helps inflation? To us, the middle class.
Nothing.
Tell that to my fucking checking account when I went today, stocked up on food and spent. I bet you by the time I was done, $400 fucking dollars when it would have cost me $200 fucking dollars. No bullshit. $200 what it would have cost me 2 years ago, year and a half ago. $400 fucking dollars. And I'm sitting there just like dumbfounded, Doug, like we talk, just sitting there like not even getting mad, going, yeah, here it is.
They did put money towards Obamacare.
That was supposed to be abolished.
Right.
If you got company insurance, union insurance, whatever insurance, through where you work, look out. because your fucking deductibles are about to go up more. It's almost worth just saying fuck it, put everything else in somebody's name, and going down.
Look, got a believer in climate change.
Yeah,
And 6 months after that, it'll start getting warmer.
yeah. Hey, Bob, in 3 months it's gonna start cooling off too. In 6 months we're gonna have the white shit, you know. And then guess what? April, May, it's gonna be warm again. July, August, it's gonna be scorching. Climate change. Unbelievable. Nothing in there is for inflation.
No.
The only thing that's in there, the only thing in there is for the inflation for the government to cover their costs of sending all these trillions to Ukraine and everywhere else. And now they got to pay the bill. So what are they going to do? They passed another bill that they call the Inflation Reduction Act, which hired 3 times the more IRS agents to come out and fuck with us and take more money from us to pay that fucking bill. That's all it is, though, in a nutshell. And I'm a dumb son of a bitch. Figured that one out. There's nothing in there. What in there is going to reduce anything for you over on the right here? Your grocery bill, your heating bills, your gas, diesel, and nothing in that bill has anything to do with anything that's inflation on us. We're not in a recession. That's what they say. We're not in a recession. And you're right, Joe. If shit don't change in November, we will be in a depression. It won't be a recession. It'll be a depression. You know, and here's the thing. You know, most places, most kids and that got their $15 an hour, Doug. Places start people out $13, $14, $16 an hour. McDonald's, all of them. So they got their 15 an hour. Inflation, just like the song with Kid Rock, you know, you got your 15 an hour, but inflation's up. 15 an hour now is about what you were making 11 an hour a couple of years ago with the cost of everything. But here's my question. With the inflation going up, what about our poor people that are on Social Security, work their asses off their whole life? They didn't get a raise. I bitched about this in the beginning of this shit. You're worried about high school kids making $15 fucking dollars an hour. Well, let's be realistic. If you want to give 15 an hour, inflation went up. Let's give every person on Social Security a minimum equivalent of 15 an hour, Doug. A week. So it's $600 a week. If they're making $1,200, $1,500 right now, Social Security, they should be making right around $2,400 a week to go up with the inflation. Am I wrong?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
But the whole thing is this. What about the people that are retired on Social Security, Doug? What about them? We're not thinking of them. What about their, insulin? How many people that are on a fixed income with Social Security and that are on insulin can't afford it? Now it's going to go up even more. And the Republican Party sapped the $35 cap. What about these people that worked all their lives for this shit? What about them? What are we saying? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'd like to know how they go back to their home state and face people after doing something like that.
Very easily.
So since we're talking about people who are going to be homeless, what about the homeless?
Well, we don't care about them. We care about Ukraine.
In Los Angeles, they do.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Hey, it's the voters are going to get their say in this. They're gonna have a say in this. They are going to decide if hotels in Los Angeles need to open their doors up to homeless people, government will give them a voucher for staying there. No?
We're paying for it, right? Well, the California people are paying for it. I hope federal money.
Well, but, Los Angeles,
Right?
yeah, correct.
So here's a prime example. How many trillion have we sent over to Ukraine?
A lot of trillions.
It's got to be up 60 trillion, wouldn't you say? 60 to 70 trillion. We shot 33 trillion over in one shot.
Right.
With everything.
Right.
So let's say 60, let's just say 60 trillion. Let's take 20 trillion of that out. How many homeless shelters could that have built in the United States in the major cities?
A lot. Probably several in each state.
We took, listen, people. Now, you found a way to get me kind of worked up, Doug. This, I don't know why this is getting on my ass here. We took in Wisconsin at the base up there, we took and built enough barracks to house, what was it, Doug? 10,000 people?
Yes.
Wasn't it 10,000?
Yes.
In 8 months. 8 months. 10,000 Afghanistans. We built barracks to house them in 8 months. With 20 trillion, what could we have done for the homeless? Better question yet. Not against the homeless stuff. It's going to sound cold, but better question yet is, what could we have built also for our veterans that are homeless, going through what they're going through?
Well,
but instead, we don't. Instead, what we're going to do is take a business owner. It's going to sound cold-hearted, and I don't mean it to, but what I'm saying is this is the way our government works. Instead, we're going to take a business owner who might have a decent hotel in Los Angeles, worked his ass off, built the hotel up, got a nice hotel, nice clientele, and the state of California says, well, this homeless guy, well, these homeless camps, because they got camps out there. We went to this homeless camp, pass these vouchers out, and you got to let them come into your place.
Well, that's what I was just going to say now. By 2 p.m. daily, they have to turn in their count of how many rooms they sold. And then anything after that, they have to give to homeless.
That's fucking
they have
bullshit.
To. I agree
That's
with
bullshit.
You.
It's the United States of fucking America. You don't have to do anything. That's communism, where the government comes in and says you have to have an account and you have to turn that over. I don't agree with that. I don't disagree with that, Mike, but still the fact of the matter is this. They shouldn't go to a business and tell them you have to let them in. Take some of the fucking money that this country's wasted away and squandered away. Take some of the tax money that California's squandered away and build them a place.
See, it'll be mandatory. If there's an open room, the hotel has to provide it. Now, what the hotel owners are saying is, first of all, they're going to lose people over that because people aren't going to want to be around that. Business people going in and out, they don't want to deal with all that stuff. And it's going to become a safety issue for, let's say, if your wife's going on a business trip.
Listen, I got my grandkids with me, and I walk up to a hotel and at 4 o'clock see if they got any rooms.
That's the other thing they're complaining about. They have to turn in their count by 2 p.m. Most people don't check in until 5, 6, 7 o'clock. That's their busiest time. I know.
Sorry, folks. Wally Hotel's closed.
Yeah, we got enough homeless people.
That's not right. This is not what this country is based on. I don't know if Kevin's still watching. It'd be like them telling Kevin, "Hey, at 2 p.m. you got to open up a track for this homeless people, and they get to sleep all around your racetrack." Fuck you! Hey, no.
Right.
Who's cleaning up after them?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, who's paying for the damages to the rooms? They don't give a shit.
Right.
And I'm not being mean to
We're
homeless people.
stereotyping, but this is what's going to end up happening. Everybody thinks homeless people are
Here,
dirty,
I'm
they
not
don't take
stereotyping
care.
shit.
When you said who's going to pay for all the damages, not everybody
Listen.
goes in there and does that.
Do you walk? Do you see the walkthroughs of tent cities and San Francisco
Yes.
and Los Angeles?
Yes.
Businesses moved because they set up shop down through Oakland. They've moved because they've set up camp there. Look at the streets. They're shitting on the street. They don't care. What would make you think that they would give a shit? Not all of them. You're right, not all of them, but quite a few. What
It's
would
going to
make you-
happen. It's going to happen.
That's wrong.
And I agree. This is why we're talking about it, because it's going to start catching on, and other people are going to do it, and then it's going to go into other industries. Well, we can take care of the homeless. If you haven't sold all your food by 6 o'clock, then you need to pack it up.
Put it out for the homeless.
Right. So, like we're doing with the immigrants, giving them a phone, giving them a place to sleep, giving them money to spend, we're going to do that with homeless people too. Remember the support of the government, the whole socialism deal. We're headed there.
Keep working. We'll all keep working, and we're all going to make X amount of money, and financial. What is that? Financial wealth distribution, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Distribution of wealth. There it is. That's what the official title. Distribution of wealth's coming next. Oh, you took home $1,400 today, Mr. Mize. Well, we only think you need $700. We're going to distribute this.
We looked at everything that you owe and how much your income is, and you can afford to take care of 18 homeless people.
Yeah, right there, Greg. It's listen. Just like global tax, it went through. There's going to be more go through, and people are going to see it.
Remember the Bilderberg Group. Keep saying it every week. We keep saying it. This is what they are. Everybody's going to be dependent upon the government. There's going to be one world government, one tax, and Bill Gates is buying up more farmland. People are bitching about that now too.
I was teaching Tom time at the concert Friday night. Woo! I didn't, but wow.
I can't believe they can make a private company do that. Why doesn't the government do it?
They can make you do it when you're under a communist state.
Well, obviously Los Angeles
we're
becoming
going
that.
Socialism, communist, and that goofy ass governor is going to run for president.
Who? Newsom?
Newsom, yeah. And this, there's got to be some repercussion they can appeal it by law, but now they got to spend money to save their own business. This will destroy. Can you just see? Oh my God. Down in Hollywood, Beverly Hills, the hotels.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's, and it's not all of them. Don't get me wrong, it's not all of them, but quite a few of them. Shame on that guy.
And I guess it depends on where you're located. If you're located in Houston, Oakland, San Francisco, Chicago, you got your hands full. If you're in Sandusky or Perkins, you're not going to have the problems you have in Detroit,
They'll bust
Chicago.
them in. They'll bust
Well,
them in.
Well, the way things are going, yes.
Tell me I'm wrong. They're busting people from the border up around here. Oh. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll bust them in. Once it starts, it ain't gonna stop. Every blue state in the country will start doing this. How are you gonna stop it? Once it starts, it ain't gonna stop.
And the problem with the
Mr.
whole
Ryan,
program.
just cook dinner for.
Now, remember, the voters are going to be able to make a decision here, so hopefully they vote this thing down. But there's nothing beyond it. Like they don't have a. There's nothing after it. Like there's no transitioning back into society or getting rehomed.
Here's the worst problem we're going to face. Well, checkouts at 11. We're not leaving.
Right.
Yeah, you are leaving. Pack your shit and get out. It's 11 o'clock.
Government says I can stay here. They gave me a voucher. Yep.
Then guess what? The media, CNN and all them will be down there. This man kicked a homeless person out of his hotel.
Exactly. 66,000 people were homeless in 2020 in Los Angeles, just Los Angeles.
How many in 22?
It doesn't say.
I bet you it's double. Shit, if I was homeless, I'd be catching the next flight to somewhere to get to.
This guy who is.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Legit question. It isn't in January. It isn't bad in Los Angeles, Doug.
Right.
It's still warm. Not like in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
So.
It wasn't because it was warm or cold.
I know, but what I'm saying is I don't understand this at all. I mean, it ain't like you got frigid conditions.
The president of the Northeast Los Angeles Hotel Associations, which you might recognize his name, Ray Patel, Patel. He has hotels there in Sandusky. The La Quinta is one of his. Is it?
What says he about it?
But he's freaked out because he don't mind helping out, but there's no transition. Like there's nothing beyond. We're going to give them a voucher. They can stay at your hotel. Well, tell me how I'm going to get rid of them. How are they going to move forward just because they got a hotel for the night?
You tell me how long it's going to take to collect on my voucher.
He says this is not a solution. It's just a temporary fix, and it's called solution. Project Room Key is what it's called.
It's a solution
for the government.
Yes. That's all.
And then once they get them, they're not going to be able to get them. And then the whole timing is off because 2:00. You got business people who are making plans and they have to go here, go there. So they're not making plans till 3:00. And okay, I got to be there tonight because I got a meeting in the morning.
Y'all want to make a bet? There'll be somebody at that hotel, and they'll have a piece of paper and a clipboard. Oh, you got a voucher? You're going to stay tonight? Here. Would you like to register to vote?
I kind of thought the same thing.
Mark my words.
The law is, or whatever they call this, is not complete. I can see him saying if you've got 100 rooms in your hotel, 5% we wanna hold for vouchers. All right.
Fuck you.
But
hey,
no.
Right there.
No, because who does that?
Marty's right. You ain't getting no waffles. You ain't going down to using a waffle maker. Trust me.
Right. Like, for example, just because I know this, and I don't know why I know this, but like hotels.com,
Yeah.
they go to, let's say, Holiday Inn, and they say, we want 10% of your rooms so we can sell them. Okay, we're going to give you 10%. If they're not sold by this time, then we can sell them as our own. And they do that.
Yeah.
But 2:00 is not the time for
This
that.
Mike Rutherford hit it. This isn't a fix to any problem. This is going to
No,
be
it's not.
a bigger ass ache. There's no what Mickey fucking Mouse could have thought smarter than this.
I agree with this.
Cartoon.
They're just turning hotels into government homeless shelters.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Well,
Yeah, you can. Well,
you are allowed.
I can't
Facebook
guarantee
you. Right. We don't know what happens after you do that.
You comment, but hey, go ahead. They watch you. I don't know why, but regardless, it's a shit deal. One step towards socialist communism.
Here's another thing. Last week we talked about that.
Yeah. All right.
Add it all up. We're in trouble. Let's give away some pizza.
Hashtag no bowl show.
Hashtag
Dean Henry.
Who is
Big
the
Piece Pizza
maker of good things?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, those the ribs.
Yes, that I never got.
There's the ribs I never got.
Everything looks good, especially when you're hungry.
Hashtag no bowl show.
Yep, put it in, and you are in the drawing. Oh, I better take that off. We won't be able to see anything. We'll be watching pizza.
Debbie, start cooking. I'm hungry again.
Right.
So it's unbelievable.
Yes.
If you doubted us a year ago when we were saying socialism, communism is making its way, we were screaming about it a month ago, Doug. Bilderberg Group got global tax pushed through in the world. It's just a start. All it takes one thing, So population control,
right?
And that getting to that, Joe. That's what I'm saying about it. That's one of the points I'm getting at. Never make that point. Thanks for bringing that up. But this medication bullshit that's going through Congress, the Inflation Reduction Act, and the stuff they're doing, they're not targeting our elderly people and trying to do one fucking thing for the people on fixed incomes. The inflation raises 30%, Doug, on everything. Just rough guess, 30% on everything in a year and a half. But we don't adjust the Social Security income to the inflation rate.
Correct.
And I think it's wrong. It's terrible.
It's cost of living, and last year was the largest increase ever, and it wasn't that much.
It was 8%.
Yeah,
but they upped to Medicare.
Correct, which kind of was counterproductive.
So they were negative 3%.
Right.
But they didn't say that. All you heard was we up Social Security at the highest that we've ever done, 8%. You guys are getting more. But they never said they were up in Medicare 11%, cost in that.
Right.
Now, inflation's gone up just 30%. I think it's more, but we let these people just still sit there. And yeah, Joe, sometimes I wonder if it isn't population control. Where these people just fade off into the sunset. There's a lot of theories on that population control that I didn't buy in the beginning of the pandemic at all. That are starting to look like it makes little sense that that's what they did. So, I mean, we're not gonna. Well, we're not gonna increase border control anywhere. We're shipping them in. You haven't heard one thing in months about the 60, 80,000 that we brought over from Afghanistan, and it's still bringing people over.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling them out through the country. We did a show where we had clips. It wasn't us. It was his reporters had clips. We hadn't even went through the debriefing or whatever the hell what they call that when they had to check in. Every person had to go through a thing, get screened and everything else. Right. We had 2 people in Wisconsin at this military camp. They hadn't even gone through the processing yet and knew where they were going. One was going to North Carolina, the other was going to Seattle. And I already knew what jobs they were doing. Remember that,
yes.
John?
Right, yep.
So it is what it is. It ain't going to change till you get somebody else in office. And right now, I guarantee you people that this whole voucher thing with these hotels in California, there will be somebody there holding a clipboard, signing them up to vote, registering them to vote. Guarantee it. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. # no bull show. One more second to get it in there. Dean Henry, Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio. Large pizza and Pepsi product.
Yes.
2 weeks to redeem.
2 weeks.
236,000 crossed the border last month.
This is your chance to plug Sandusky Speedway's upcoming race.
I'll do that at the end.
Well, we normally do it during the giveaway, but if you want to change it, that's fine. All right, we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, here we go. Marty, you are a winner.
He'll be in the area again Tuesday, I know.
All right.
Let me know, Marty. Go over to Big D's. I'll go over with you.
That works. Okay. This over here.
Yeah. I'll tag my truck on Saturday night with a sticker, and I never caught it. Give it to the cops.
What happened?
I didn't see it till like Thursday. I seen it. Look in the back of the window of my truck and had a little 32 sticker tagged on it. He put his phone on my toolbox, so when he did it, and I took off. Yeah, them guys at 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. Someone's phone in the back of your truck. We can't. Here I am out there at 4:30 in the morning looking at my truck, calling his phone, making sure it wasn't in the back.
All right, now for the bad stuff.
I didn't know I got a text. Now for the bad stuff. Go ahead, Doug.
All the bad stuff out there. Let's see. I'm just going to let this lady explain this part of it. this lady is a teacher, I think, and she's explaining a new book that's good for K through second grade to read. Ready? You paying attention?
Yeah.
I've been doing some reading this summer, and so I thought I would share a couple of books because you have a little bit of time left to do some reading. I also read Jack Not Jackie by Erica Silverman. Phenomenal read. So if you're a K1, 2, 3 even, it's a really good read called Jack Not Jackie. And I really enjoyed that, and I'm excited it'll be on our shelves in the media center this fall.
Huh? Jack, not Jackie. K through 2, maybe 3. What do you think of that? Is that cool? What? What happened?
We're indoctrinated all the way down to nothing in the schools, and we talked about this. Nothing in the schools surprised me anymore. A year ago,
You would have lost it.
I've been flipped out.
Yes.
Yeah, she did look like Ellen DeGeneres. It's the first thing I thought, actually. But wait, you know what? The question I got is this: what is it they're trying to accomplish? I know we're saying, well, we're indoctrinating our kids, or this, or that. What is their end goal here, Doug? Do we ever look at that? What is the end goal of this?
That everybody's going to be one. There's not. I've said this a couple times. There's not going to be male and female. It's just going to be a person. You're just going to be a person. You're going to just have different features about you. You're not going to. When you get your license, it's just going to have a P there first. You're a person.
Well, they're already doing that over in Huron County.
Huron County, yes, you can walk in there and become a woman or a female or a male,
Yeah.
and
as long as you
5
got a
documents.
doctor,
Yes,
as long as you got a doctor that'll vouch for you, which we all know, you pay the right amount of money. A doctor, some doctors, not all doctors, some will write anything down. You know, but what is the end? Divide? Marty, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if there's more to it than just the divide. You know, the divide's already there. The divide's already there. You got people like me and the rest of the
now, Jesus, sorry.
people. What is the end fucking goal?
Well, just so you know what this lady has to say when this all went viral. She said that she wants to apologize if anyone felt uncomfortable with her book suggestions, and that she wants everybody to know that it was not required reading for students. It was just a suggestion.
But it's there.
Right.
It's in the
And
school.
It's in the school, yeah.
Yeah, that's about what it is, Paul. But I mean, push us over the edge. I mean, seriously, we should have been over the edge by now.
Right.
We should have been over the edge by now. Well, they're coming after that too. Trust me. They're pushing bills through in the middle of the night again. None of us are realizing it. You know.
Now, if your child goes to North Carolina, any North Carolina schools, they now have AR-15s in the schools so that the teachers can get to them. They also are installing, those buttons at the bank that they can push, silent alarms. They're installing those in every classroom.
God bless them.
Almost like a prison. Did you ever think that we would come to this?
No, but
It used to say break glass in case of emergency. Now, break glass in case of a hostage situation.
or a hostile shooter.
And here's the other thing. Remember, they outlawed the automatic.
Yeah.
How's the school getting it? How are they allowed to have it?
Yeah, a lot of assault rifles,
I think that's
what
pretty
they're at.
close. An AR-15.
Full automatics.
I'd say these are pretty
Full
close.
automatic. Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna bitch if school's got it.
Well, I'm not either, but what's good for thee is good for me, or no?
Yeah, I agree. I
So
agree that
when your granddaughters come home and go, well, how come we have these big rifles in these locked boxes along the hallway and in the classrooms? Why do they got those? It
My
protects
answer.
you.
My answer. You should feel very secure because you got a lot of crazy people in the world just trying to kill everybody for no reason. And it's not going to happen at your school now because they're not going to come to this. Listen, if you're a wacko, I don't give a shit what anybody says. Some of this shit's just attention. If you're a wacko, and
If you're watching
what?
and you're a wacko,
I'm going to this school and I'm shooting this school up tomorrow. You're going to sit there and say, if I go to Sandusky High School, they got AR-15s in every room, teachers trained to shoot it or whatever. They got this, they got that. I'm not getting very far. So I'm going to go to Norwalk High School where they don't have this. Trust me. Even wackos still got a little bit of common sense left, Doug. They're going where they got the easiest targets. You're going to think twice.
preschool.
You don't see this shit in Israel.
No.
Because look at some of the pictures of teachers on recess with the kids. They got them right on their back. They got them right on their backs. I mean, you don't see this shit there. No,
Are
instead,
they going to have it at Bible school too?
God, I hope.
Terrible.
I hope. They should have them in every school. This shit'll quit. Quit
What about-
glorifying. Here's still my question to Facebook because it's never been asked. I don't know why it hasn't been brought up to the media and drilled at them.
I know where you're
How
going.
can
and
you?
it just got dropped.
What
What you're going to say? I think I know what you're going to say.
about the shooting?
Yeah.
How can we have people say training? 2 minutes later, get booted out 3 days. But a kid can say, I killed my grandma, now I'm going to school and kill people, and Facebook does nothing.
Right.
You ain't heard a fucking word about it, Doug.
No. Everybody's okay now. That's all long and in the past. And
But nobody's questioning Facebook.
when he gets sentenced, it's going to come back for a little bit, and then we're never going to think about it again. Do you think about the Columbine shooting? No, it's over. It's done.
But here, listen. Put something up on your Facebook page that you know is against the agenda and controversial. And it might hurt somebody's feelings. And watch how quick it gets taken off and you get that warrant. Within some of you over there, Robbie Cisco, I guarantee you within 2 minutes.
Right.
If you're in a room and say something, within 2 minutes, we normally call it. See you later.
Now,
But
we'll
this is
see.
why hasn't this been addressed?
This is going to get you in trouble. They're gonna nail you on it. I guarantee you.
But he's right.
I know, but watch.
You have a gang shootout, and it's a mass shooting.
Joe, there's been some theories brought up about the government being involved in these shootings at the schools, mass shootings, not just at the schools, but mass shootings. Control the population.
What happened to the guy in Vegas?
The one that shot out the window.
Yeah. Remember that whole deal we did
Yep.
on that?
Yep.
You didn't hear shit about that, do you?
No,
Nothing.
I don't
It
even know
dropped.
what happened to him. Right.
Nothing.
Right.
That guy's sitting on a foreign island somewhere.
Being
You know,
being
He's sitting on a foreign island somewhere.
being guarded by
Winding down.
security guards. Yep.
They are, Tammy. There was. Go ahead.
All right. So, University of Kansas, they have a new course. It's starting in the fall of 2022. So make sure that you get online and you get signed up.
What's the course?
Oh, the course is called Angry White Male Studies.
What?
Yeah. Angry
Are you shitting me?
White Male Studies. No. Nope. It deals with the rise of angry white male in America and Britain, not just America, and Britain, since the 1950s, exploring the deeper sources of this emotional state while evaluating recent manifestations of male anger. White male anger. Huh?
Is white male anger different than black male anger?
Absolutely.
Is it?
Apparently. Because they don't have a study on black male anger.
I wonder if they're going to send somebody here to study me.
You would probably be a good subject. So it includes, where does it come from?
I'm a nice guy.
What's he angry about? Is his anger misplaced? Is he blaming the right people? How long has this been going on? Is he a global phenomenon? And how do we move forward from your anger?
Okay, let's take the first question.
Where does he come from? Where does
Where's
this
it-
white
where do I-
angry male come from?
Berlin Heights, Ohio.
Okay, what's he angry about?
The fact, one, nobody wants to fucking work. Two, I'm working my ass off. Now, I tell you why I'm a little bit more angrier, because now they just tripled the IRS to come fuck with me because I worked my ass off.
Correct. Do you feel your anger is misplaced?
No, I know right where it's at.
Are you blaming the right people?
For that kind of shit, yeah, the United States government.
And how long has this,
Normally the racers.
how long has this been going on?
Since Biden took out, since nobody's wanted to work. Pretty much since Biden won.
They believe
Tell
this
me the
might have
truth.
manifested back in the 40s and 50s, but go
Listen,
ahead.
a couple years ago, 5-7 years ago even, people were working, they had to work.
And we wouldn't have
all
the
of a
show
sudden-
either.
Nobody's wants to work. We're taking care of them. We're making hotel owners take in people that can't pay for a hotel. We're making. You want to? Why I'm angry? Probably the same reason why a hardworking black man's angry right now. Doesn't matter. What about that? I guarantee you, that you take a hardworking black guy and a hardworking white guy, and they're angry about the same shit. And then they're going to throw in this. We're angry too because you've caused such a racial divide and tried to pit us against each other. Now you jump from
not try.
Racism. Listen, you jump from race. They haven't achieved it with everybody, though.
They're still trying. They're still at it.
But so they tried. Now you take, and what do? Vaccinated, unvaccinated, boom, boom, boom. You know, and it just falls on down the line. And the great divide. And trust me, it don't matter, white or black, if you're a hardworking man or a woman or he, she, whatever the fuck we identify as, you're pissed off about the same shit. You're pissed off about the same shit. There ain't one person, whatever.
Now, do you believe that you're a global phenomenon?
Like what?
Are you just larger than life with your anger?
No. There's
And how
angrier
do
people. There's angrier people than me out there. Just normal son. I don't know if he's still on. He's more angry than me all the time. There's people more angry than me.
It would take a whole nother show, Joe, for me to go through all this. I'll be honest with you. I want out. I've said this to Chris. I've said it to a lot of people. I want out. I am so done with it. If the Lord took me tonight, I'd be the happiest person in the world. I can't stand any of it. I fought for this country, and we are just tearing it completely apart. Nothing resembles what it did 10 years ago. Nothing.
4 years ago.
Even 4 years ago.
2
4
years ago.
Yeah, you even seen some glimmer of hope, and things were getting back on track, and people were happy, and gas was reasonable, and now look at us, and all this gender shit, and
You got him swearing, Joe.
yeah, I just try to hold it together here, but it just absolutely irritates the hell out of me.
Doug, in 2 years. In 2 years. This is what it's coming to.
It's you know, they ripped history right out from underneath us. They tore down all the monuments. And it was stuff that you taught your child. It was ways to teach. You went to Gettysburg and you seen this and that, and your parents explained what the war was about and how we've come from that to what we are today. And now look. Now we have a class called what's it called?
Angry White Man.
Angry White Male
Studies.
Studies. Yes.
Here's the thing. We've come to the point in the United States, I ain't bringing names up, to where a person needs surgery to continue living good and comfortably, and he's not vaccinated or she's not vaccinated, you ain't getting a surgery done.
Right.
What is that? That's not freedom of choice no more. It's not freedom of choice no more. You know, it's no longer freedom of choice. It's, oh, you need that to keep living? Well, we're going to put this jab in your arm whether you like it or not, or you ain't getting it.
Right. And look,
that's socialism.
You know, in a couple years, probably in a couple years, your granddaughters are going to be questioning a lot of things. Their sexual identity and why this person's doing this. Why is this kid always in the bathroom with me? Well, he identifies as a female. How do you do that? How do you explain that? But he's not a girl. Yeah, we all know that. He don't.
You know, two of my granddaughters, I don't have to worry about this part of it. Two of them I do. CRT training.
Yes. You know, we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, when that lady took the school to court and that.
Right.
But two of them I do. It's not bad enough that you know, when you have kids, you have kids. It's a lot different. They fall on the ground. Get your ass up, quit being a
Right.
sissy. You know, grandkids fall on the ground, you run over. Oh my God, are you okay? Come here, baby. You know, it's just a different. Anybody that's got grandkids out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's not that you love them more than you love your kids, because you do anything for your kids, but it's a different kind of love when you have grandkids. It's just a different kind of love. It's not more or less. It's just a different kind. And what do you tell them? You know, what do you tell them? Well,
Right.
you know what you tell especially my two sons, Aaron and Chad. Well, boys, the world's fucked up. All I can suggest is you better buy guns and
Isn't it
we're in
easier?
for a fight.
Isn't it easier to talk to them than it is girls?
Yeah.
It is, and you know, this for that, you know, all this for that stuff is just bullshit. This is the government trying to get their way.
You know, but what do you tell them? I don't know. Because if you tell them, and this is what the world's come to in the last 2 years, if you tell them your beliefs, your opinions on your beliefs, and somebody doesn't agree with that belief because it doesn't fit their beliefs, and they go to school and they say this, people are going to knock on your door. Why are you saying this to the kid? That's not right. Well, that's your fucking belief. I got my beliefs. I should be able to tell my beliefs. But it's not. We've come to a world that if your belief out there on the right, your belief, Doug, and my belief doesn't fit what they want, we're wrong. Who's to fucking tell me I'm wrong because of my beliefs and my opinions? Yeah, I do say that just so everybody knows. But I mean, who's to say my belief's wrong? That's how I feel.
Right.
You know, when and I know that this is going to be probably I'll freeze up on this, I'm sure. But when the so-called Muslim rush come to the United States, what, a few years back, you remember the rush come, Muslim, Shira law and shit like that. We had to eat that shit because that was their beliefs. But when we said, you're in the United States, it's our laws, you got to live by our laws. That was wrong, but it ain't. It's our laws. They can have their beliefs. I'm not telling them, you believe in Allah, whoever the fuck you want to believe in, I don't care, but don't push it down my throat. But when you say something against that, then you're wrong. Why is that? Because I believe in God and you believe in Allah, I'm wrong. And that's what it's come to with everything. Every single thing. I believe there's two sexes, man and woman.
Right.
That's it. You're either a guy or you're a woman. You're either a lesbian or you're homosexual, whatever. Fine. Be what you want to be. But don't try to sit there and convince me that you're transgender or you identify as a woman or a woman identifying as a man, because it ain't flying with me, Doug. It ain't flying. You're a fucking guy. Listen, you go squat on that toilet all you want. At the end of the day, you still got a dick and balls. You're a guy. So you people that identify as this and want us to believe that, so when it comes time you want a glass of milk, go milk the fucking bowl and see how far you get, because the bowl identifies as a cow right now. Trust me, when you milk that bowl, you're not going to like the milk. I'm just saying, though.
All right. So one more thing here.
And Lori, I agree. Hold on real quick. I agree with that. But if you want to be an atheist, that's fine. Don't push it on me. You got that right to feel that way. If you want to be Muslim or you want to be, I don't care. You got that right. I don't care. Just don't push it on me. And because I'm not, don't say I'm wrong. That's my point, though.
Now, I heard this and I haven't researched it yet, but they're trying to outlaw contraceptives and things like that because of all this abortion stuff. And I will find out for next week's show, but I did hear that that's coming. But what I do know is they had a gay pride event in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it was endorsed by the governor, Tom Wolf. Here's his endorsement. And they are indoctrinating kids to pole dancing. And the father thinks his kiddo's a natural. And that's what we think. He's in a skirt on a pole.
Is that a boy?
Yeah. You missed that part?
Yeah.
That is a boy wearing a skirt. They're pole dancing. They're learning to pole dance.
And that's okay.
You're what? You want to learn?
And that's okay. Too old.
Yeah.
I don't know what pole dancing is, anyways.
You never did it?
No, I've never seen it. Never been around it.
No. Right. Well, it's way different than when we went and watched pole dancing.
Evidently, it is, huh?
Right.
But see, here's the thing. Listen. So we're okay with that. The governor endorsed it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody protest it?
No.
So let's have.
There was a small.
Let's have heterosexual Pride Day. You have everybody fucking protesting it, and the governor fucking declaring it's wrong. So what? Tell me, this is exactly what I mean, Doug. Because we might not agree with homosexuality or whatever, but do what you want to do. So we might not. We're heterosexual. So what if we have a parade and a little fair like that? What's the difference? Because this is what we believe in. That's what you believe in. We're wrong. I don't have to believe in what you do. But now this government included is pushing us into you have to believe in that and be okay with it, or you're a racist in one way or another.
Now here's a better picture of the kid that was dancing. This kid now looks to be probably maybe 10 or 12 years old. And there's an instructor there that other guy's the instructor telling him how to do it properly.
Pole dancing has a little different meaning now.
Sure does. You never know what you're going to get. It's just like a box of chocolates.
We're going to pull under the racetrack kind of thing,
What?
There's the pole. Oh, boy, this went south. Yeah, it's like a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump. He was smarter than we thought.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get.
On the whole flip side of it, you got the right to believe in what you want. Why the fuck would you teach your kid that at 10, 12 years old?
Right. That is a kid that I wouldn't even want my kids there. I would say when you get older, you can go to those all you want. But right now.
Why? What are you teaching the kid?
Exactly. You're confusing the kid is what I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Dad, I can get a job pole dancing. The guy told me that. You just got to put your junk on one side of the pole or the other.
I'd be like, what? I wouldn't even know what to say. I could just see, Aaron or Chad being in their teens coming home. Hey,
I
learned
went
how
to
pole dance. I learned how to pole dance today. I went to the gay parade and they taught me how to pole dance.
right. I just need a
All right.
skirt, Dad. They said I have to have a skirt.
Son, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. For what? Call 911 to give you a fighting chance. You know,
Oh man.
Tammy hit it on the head, and we've said it for months. Morals are completely gone out of this country. Morals
Correct.
are gone.
Correct. Yep.
And it's awful funny that the fucking side that took God out of schools separated, didn't want religion brought anywhere around. But yet our president, who backed that as a vice president, Doug, if you can remember, when all that shit started with Obama and our vice president backed it, sits right on national TV and starts praying and asking God for forgiveness. Oh, boy. I didn't know my daughter-in-law was watching, too. Yeah.
All
Boy.
right. Stuff for you to sleep on for another week.
What else you got?
That's it. And don't forget, we're gonna have a show at some point.
This
It'll
week.
be short.
Be about a 20, 30-minute show sometime during the week. Stay, it's we've bit our tongue many days on the Sandusky Register with Matt Westerhold. Just for the simple fact, to be honest with everybody, is we're affiliated with Sandusky Speedway in Sandusky, and we didn't want that crossover.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Some people can keep this here and that there, but anymore, they take it out on whoever they can take it out on to get back to you.
But the Register doesn't give us any love anymore anyways over there. So, Matt Westerhold's a piece of shit.
Oh, good.
He's a no good, rotten bastard. He's the one that put the names up, Doug, of all the permit holders, if you can remember, CCW holders. Matt Westerhold did that. Matt Westerhold in the Sandusky Register don't always report the true news. So-called fake news. They'll swing it the way they want it. And if you're a Republican, you're getting a shit end of the stick every single time. Especially if he doesn't like you, he will slander you how he can. He'll run smear campaigns like he's doing with this whole deal with DJ. I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with everything that DJ's voted for. We've questioned him offline. I've questioned him and, asked whatever. But I will tell you this. I backed the man 100%. And this wasn't nothing but, the first thing I did when Doug sent me the article was Doug, I texted him. And, we were back and forth. He wants to come on and clear his name, and we're going to give him the right to come on and clear his name. And he'll go over this, and it'll be broadcast on his page, going out to he's got how many viewers, Doug? He's got a shitload.
Yeah.
A shitload. And that's why we're going to do it. We don't feel, and he probably doesn't feel, that an hour and a half or hour, 40-minute show would be,
especially with what we talk about.
Yeah, on his page, but a 30-minute show on clearing his name is worthwhile, and we will do it.
All right, I found it. And the title of it is called Lawmaker Hikes the Rent.
A lawmaker. Never mind, he's got 2 other partners. Okay, there's 3 people. Investment. But regardless, keep an eye out. We'll we'll let you know when we're going to go on this week for about 20, 30 minutes, which DJ normally laughs about that, says it always turns into an hour or more with you, Chris, laughing.
Right.
But we'll be on this week's special show just on that alone. We're not going to talk about schools or China or any of that shit. We'll talk about this topic and how Westerholt. I'm done with it. You know, we have a guy, Doug, that comes to the track every week that does write-ups, sends it in. His shit gets shuffled off to the side every fucking time. He got forced out there, this, that, and the other. Just a bad experience with them over there. I don't know why he gets fucked over every single time, but he does, Doug, and you know it.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about too. And so we've had it. So he's gonna be we're gonna hear DJ's side of it and Westerholt. I hope he watches, Doug. I hope he watches. And we've sent him during the pandemic and all that shit. We've sent him what, Doug? Over 40 emails.
A lot of text messages too. Or no, Westerholt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emails.
Yeah.
Never. Is this the guy under him responded? If you can remember, we wrote an opinion for an opinion page for DJ Swearingen during the pandemic, and it was pretty good among them. And we thought we didn't hear nothing. We thought it was in. 2 weeks later, DJ calls, says, "You ever write that?" I said, "Well, yeah. 2 weeks ago, we sent it in." Then we spent another week trying to get a hold of somebody down there, and only until Westerholt sure the fuck didn't call us back. But the other guy did, and then all of a sudden the next day it was in. Well, the next day was one election. Remember, Doug?
Yes. One more question for you.
What?
Miss Mary, Sweet Mary.
No call.
Did
No
Sweet
call.
Mary get a hold of you?
No call.
Are
I
you
got a
gonna
feeling
call her
her
again?
business.
What?
You know what? I'll call her tomorrow. Send me the number and I'll call her. Well, she's not open tomorrow, is she?
No, she don't open till Thursday now. She was open today. I'd just like for Sweet Mary to come on and talk to us about her cookie.
Yeah. Fuck the Akron police.
That's exactly what it said on her cookies. Look at
Fuck
Sweet
the
Mary.
Akron police. Yeah.
So what we plan on doing is getting another bakery to send Sweet Mary a cookie.
And the Akron police, it says, fuck Sweet Mary's Bakery. So if you guys know any bakers out there that we won't put their names, we won't put their name out front and center.
Right.
But if you know any bakers out there that can bake us some chocolate chip cookies about that size, that will write fuck Sweet Mary's Bakery.
We'd like two of them. One to go to the Akron
Sweet
Police
Mary's.
and one to go to Sweet Mary.
Akron Police.
All Sweet Marys.
Sweet Mary.
She doesn't look like she would ever say something like that.
No. She's woke.
She's what?
Well, but if somebody robbed her store, she'd be calling the police.
Yeah, the fucking Akron Police. There you go, Joe. Write that one down.
It's the fucking Akron Police Department. This Sweet Mary, I'm getting robbed. Yeah, we're eating a cookie that says fuck Sweet Mary's right now. We'll be there in a bit.
Also, Cracker Barrel's woke.
What they do?
So when you go for your breakfast and you get a sausage, it is all plant-based.
What?
It's plant-based.
Why?
It's all made from plants. Because why hurt the little cow or pig or whatever the hell that comes from?
When did they do this?
Just recently. Let me see if I can find it.
So I can't get sausage no more at Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, you can get it. It just tastes a little different.
I don't. If I want to eat a plant, I'll go out and graze in the grass in the backyard on Thursday right before it gets mowed.
It happened 5 hours ago. See how timely we are?
So they no longer have. Yep. Just like Bill Gates said with synthetic beef, you'll learn to like the taste. Fuck you, I ain't eating no more sausage at Cracker Barrel. Bob Evans ain't changed. Guess where I'll be eating?
It's called the Impossible Sausage. What do you think of that?
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna actually bring it over and show the masses.
We'll talk about more about that next week because I'm totally against that.
Are you gonna stop at Cracker Barrel and talk to them?
Yeah, Joe, there's sausage gravy. It's just impossible sausage.
Right. It's Impossible Sausage in it. Yes.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't really care if it was a certain plant-based.
Yeah, right.
They'd probably sell out of that sausage and gravy.
So you can't even tell the difference until you take a bite of it and a leaf comes out.
So they still got the pork-based sausage.
Right now they do.
Oh boy!
So you can take your choice right
There
now.
you go eat it. Here comes my daughter-in-law. She's going to debate everything I say. Good luck. You eat there, Kelly. You eat that plant shit. I ain't eating it. If I want to eat a plant, I'll eat brownies made with marijuana in them. I'll eat them someday. Not while I'm operating, but it'll be a day.
Day and a time. All right.
I know you eat beef because you guys just bought a shitload. So, all right. What else you got?
That's it. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts joined a woke crowd.
What if I walked around and said, hey, I got an Impossible Sausage? What would people say?
Oh, you're joking.
It tastes like plants. You want to try? All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to our page. 2 times. Doug, can we close with that song just because they jacked us again tonight?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it here.
Watch the page this week. We're going to have DJ on sometime during this week. It'll be pretty good against Matt Westerhold. So, you ready, Doug?
No, I'm not sure I have it.
Doug lost it. You got it. We played it at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Here it is.
All right, everybody. God bless y'all and God bless America. Thank you.
Enjoy this song.
Enjoy the song.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill! Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Don does it and they call him racist. We the people. Let's go around. We the people. Let's go around. We the people. Let's go around. We the people. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Twitter too. And the mainstream media. Fuck you too. Woo. Yeah, you. We the people. Ooh, yeah. Inflation's up like the minimum wage, so it's all the same. Ain't it a